Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys a project pan update. It's been 3 months, so I'm going to show you guys my progress, my pans, if I finished anything up, all that fun stuff. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree. I'm a crazy lover of all things beauty. I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, and I like to do a lot on indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. So it's time to get into some products. I was looking at my last project pan, which I posted about 3 months ago. I think it's like a little over 3 months. And I don't have as much progress as I did in the last video. And I feel like the reason for that is because I work from home now. And I realize, or have come to realize, I wear significantly less makeup than when I used to go into the office. Every day I went in 5 days a week, I always put on makeup. And now I only really put on makeup to film, or sometimes on the weekend when we go and do something where I feel the need to put on makeup. But lately it's been a lot less. So I think from now on, it's probably not going to be as significant progress as before, but that's okay. I'm still working on products. I'm still getting things done. I'm not going to make it a big deal for myself. I'm just proud that I'm working on using up products that are in my collection. But before we get into this project pan, if you're curious about this eye look, which I love it so much, I'm like so green today. I have the new Harvest of Souls palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. I'm pretty sure the video of me putting this look together will already be up, so I'll link it below. I'll put it up in the corner in case you are curious. But anyways, now I think we should dive into my project pan. I'll start based on how I do my makeup, like primer, foundation, concealer, powder, and so on. So in the first category of things is primers. And I haven't finished a primer. I have two in this project pan. I have the Hourglass Vanish Air Primer, or Airbrush Primer. And this is where it was before. And this is where it is. It's like a really little small amount of movement, but it's movement nonetheless. Let me get my little marker over here that I use to mark these products with my nail polish. I'm gonna take it as a win. Okay, it's progress. Even though it's a little bit of progress, it's something. So I'm gonna mark it with my handy dandy thing. So we're here. But the reason why it's not as much, so we're right there. We chiseled a little bit. I'm happy with that. And the reason why I use so little of this Hourglass one is because I've been focusing on this one from Essence, the Poreless Partner Primer. This is the mattifying and blurring one. I cut off a little corner because I just could not tell where I was at. But looking at it now, I can see where it ends. And then like the shadow of my finger kind of ends right here. So this is where it was before, right here. Can you guys even see? And it's down here. So that's a lot of progress. Hopefully I don't end up spilling all of this. I just could not tell. And I talked about getting like a little scale, a food scale, to like actually weigh things out. And I still haven't done that. So this is where we're at. This is where it is now. So, I mean, I feel like I'm sure by the next update, I will have this completed. And then that will mean I can concentrate on the Hourglass one more. I'm probably gonna put like some tape over this just so it doesn't spill out. And since I didn't finish up any primers yet, I'm not adding anything in this category. But we can now go into foundations. And here is where I made a good amount of progress. So I finished up 2 foundations. So I went through the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. It was here before. This is where it was. And I mean, that was like almost half still in there, and now it's empty. You guys see that? Can you see? I really dug in there. I even stuck a brush in there to get as much as I could get out, because that's what I do to complete products. So this is completely done. And I also finished the one from Pat McGrath. This one took me forever to get through. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I Really dug on this one too. This one I couldn't like get a brush in there, but there's basically nothing in there. I really tried because I was trying to get this cap off, this like thing, because I like to dig in there. I probably need to get like pliers or something. But I mean, nothing comes out when I squeeze it. So I would say it's empty. It is empty. Let me show you guys. Can you guys even see in there? I'm trying to show you. But this one is complete. And that means I can add 2 foundations, but we'll get there in a bit. I'll show you guys the other foundations and where they're at. So I had put the, it's a really good foundation from Kimchi Chic, and I made very little progress on this one because it wasn't focusing on this one. I focused on the 2 that I finished, but it's like, I think it's like right there. So yeah, it's a little bit of movement, but movement nonetheless. So let me mark that. I do like this foundation. So we're chiseling away. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? That's something. I feel like I'm gonna be saying that throughout the entire video. And then I also was working on the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in 4-in-1. This is what I add to foundations that are too light. And this one I've also made a little bit of progress. So this is where it was at, and this is where it is like now. Can you guys even tell? It's like right here at this point. That's where it is. So yeah, I mean, I used this up a little bit. I did something. I'm gonna mark that one all the way through. So that's the new line. So we're like at the halfway mark for this. And then the last foundation that I've been working on is the Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Whipped Longwear Foundation. And I have been using this lately. So this is where the line was. This is where it's at now. So I think that is also pretty good. So I've completed 2 foundations, and I chiseled down a little bit of each foundation that's also in here. And that's pretty good for not wearing that much makeup. And I've been working from home almost going on to 4 months now, and I'm still using the product. So I'm going to give myself grace because I think that's great. And since I got through 2 foundations, I'm going to add 2 foundations. So I'm going to add the KVD. This is the True Portrait Liquid to Powder Foundation in medium 27. It's like a, I think, light medium shade, but this one has a teeny little window. You can kind of see where it sits at, like it sits right here in the window. I'll show you guys. It's like right there at the top, right here. So I'm gonna mark that. At least we have a little window so we can see what's going on with it. I'm gonna work on this one since it's on the lighter side, and I'm gonna fade as, you know, winter comes and it's like more cold and I'm not going out as much as I do like in the summertime. So that is the line for this. I'm hoping at least I will be at the bottom of the window by the next update, but I don't want to be like asking for a lot. Okay, you know what? Let's say more like the halfway. I'll say halfway is the goal. And then I am going to add the Nabla Skin Realist Beautifying Tinted Balm with Hyaluronic Acid. This one I've had for a while, and I love that you can see like where it's at based from the bottom. So the pump like ends right here where the foundation is, so it slowly moves up as you pump it. So this will also be a good product that I can really see what I'm doing with it. And because it's going to get cold and this is more of like a hydrating foundation, I think I'll get a lot of use out of it because I like to use more hydrating products in the wintertime. I feel like that's when my skin is the driest. So that is the line for that. Just put it at the base of where the foundation ends. And I think that's pretty good. So I've gotten through 2 foundations. Now we can get into concealers. I have not finished any concealers, and I knew I wasn't going to. I've been working on the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish concealer, and I can see where it's sitting at. I'm glad that this is also glass. So this is where it was before, and it's now sitting like right here. I don't know if you guys can tell on the lighting. Yeah, so yeah, okay. We're getting there. This one's also, I feel like, a never ending product for me. Never ending. Concealer is just something you just use so little of. So it's really hard for me to go through a concealer because I have a lot of concealers in my collection. So that's where the new line is for the concealer. And the other concealer I've been working on is this one from Too Faced, the multi-use sculpting concealer. And this is in nude. I don't think I really use this one. I can kind of see through, and it looks like it's at the same place. I don't know if you guys can see the line, but from what I can see, there is no progress on this one. So that's okay. That is okay. There's so much product in here, so it's still right here. And it's just because I was really trying to get down this one. Well, I mean, I'm almost there. At least I think by the next update, I'll have the Pat McGrath one finished, and then I feel like I can chisel down a little bit more of the Too Faced one. That's what I'm going to strive for. And then we can now get into powders. So I did finish the Nakia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Pressed Powder. I didn't have that much in the last video, but I scraped the sides. I really worked in it. I usually will scrape the edges, then mash it up and like make it into a powder and do it that way, or like press it down right in the center so I can get like all the use out of every little piece of powder that's in here. So I was able to do that. And then the other powders I have, here's the Nakia Joy loose powder. I took off the back sticker, but this is where it was at before, like when I marked it on the edge. So, I mean, it's gone down a lot. It's like here now, right there. At least this one's easy to tell where the product is sitting at. I'm pretty sure I'll have this done even before my update, because I mean, I'm always powdering my face and like my under eyes and like touching up, and I touch up with this a lot, and I tend to travel with this powder a lot. So I'm sure I will have this finish the next time I film one of these. So that's the new line. And then I also have the NYX High Glass finishing powder, and the pan is bigger. It's a lot bigger, I believe, from the last time I showed you this. I've been using this a lot lately as like a finishing powder just to add some glow, some, you know, shimmer to the skin. I've been like kind of dusting it on my décolletage and stuff when I've been going out on like, you know, a date or a brunch date. So I've been really enjoying this one. So, I mean, I'm hoping that like when I come back here and show you guys this again in like 3 months, it will be more towards the edge or just like a lot bigger pan. I also was working on the Juvia's Place. This is their powder foundation. I forgot what it's called. It's in the shade called Bogota. This one also has a bigger pan in it as well. This is like more of a touch-up powder, or if I feel like my foundation looks a little too light, I will dab over my skin because it does deepen my skin tone a little bit, because it like kind of oxidizes a little bit. So it helps darken foundations that are on the lighter end. So I think that's pretty good. It's a pretty big pan. And then I have a lot of pressed powders in this one. The Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder is another one that I was taking to work every day when I was going into the office as a touch-up powder. The pan, I think, is slightly bigger. Not as big as I thought it would be by this update, but it's okay. There's a pan nonetheless. Pan makes me happy, and the bigger the pan gets, the better. And I think that's it for the powders I was working on. So because I did finish up the pressed powder, I'm going to add another Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. I had so many of these. I still have one more backup of this, but because I think I'm going to get through the Nakia Joy one fairly quickly, I figured I would just pull this in because I prefer using loose setting powders to set my foundation. So I'm gonna add this one in since we did complete one of the pressed powder, so I still can add one. This is where it's at. I mean, it's a brand new powder, but this is the starting point. So I'm gonna mark that. I'm sure I will crack into this one. I'd give it a couple months before I start working on this one, or maybe even sooner. But I just felt like I needed to add this because I don't want to ever not have a loose setting powder to use, because I always go on with a loose setting powder after I put on foundation and concealer. So that is where the line is at, so you guys can see. Then the next product I was working on was the Park Ave Princess palette from Tarte, the Chisel palette. It's not done yet. Like I said, this is a never-ending product. My goal is to have this completed by the end of the year. That's what I'm striving for. I can't even remember what it looked like before, but this is now. I mean, there's 2 empty pans in here, and then these 2 are almost done. This one, I'm sure I'll get done with eventually. This is the one that I have the most product in, but I mean, this is like, what, a year and a half of work? And it had a lot of product when I first started, so just know, face palettes take forever, especially if you have a big collection. If you just have like one face palette and that's all you use for like contour, bronzing, and like, you know, setting powder, then, you know, I'm sure you could go through a palette faster than 2 years. But like me, I have a lot of single products, I have a lot of bronzers, I have a lot of different things to use in my makeup collection, so it's made it hard to get through a face palette. And so I know, like, going forward, I'm never going to buy like a big bronzer Chisel palette like this ever again, because it just takes too long and it's not something I really need to be adding to my collection. But that's where that one is at. And then I think I forgot to mention eye primers, which I have made no progress on the Smashbox one. It's still at the same place. No progress. And then the Glamlite Icing Eyeshadow Base. Honestly, I think I accidentally speared off the line, so I don't even know where the line was before. But, I'll show you guys. I don't even know where it was. But let me remark it. I wish I had something to compare it to. Okay, so this is how I do it. I kind of like squeeze down until product starts coming out, and then that's when I know where I'm at. Okay, so I'm getting all the air out, and then we'll see when it starts coming. Okay, so right there, I don't even know where I was. I'm gonna have to go back to the video and see where I marked it. But I mean, it's here. It's like in the middle of this little circle. Eye primers, I swear, they're a never-ending product as well. So hopefully that's lower than where the line was originally. I just don't even remember. I guess because I'm constantly squeezing this, that I must have just ended up finally getting rid of the nail polish that was there. But yeah, I'm still working on these eye primers. Hopefully this one will be finished by the end of the year and I can add another one, because I do have a fair bit of eye primers in my collection. I had the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer, the Cheeks Out one in Macchiato. I thought I was gonna have this completely finished, but it's not. I always forget to pull for this. I don't know why I do that, but the pen is really big and at the edges. So, I mean, at least the goal is that by the end of this year, it will be completed, because I think the next update will be in January. So I'm hoping by January, all the edges will be gone. And since it's gonna get colder, I tend to use more cream products in the winter months. So that was everything in this project pan. So I was able to finish up 2 foundations, 1 powder, and I was able to make a little progress here and there on all of these other products. So I'm happy with that, especially for someone who works from home now that really only wears foundation when I film, and I don't film every day. So I'm happy with the results, and I just love doing these videos because it helps keep me accountable, helps me stay focused on using these products, because I don't want to do an update and not even have any results, because that would be really sad. That's like the main reason why I film these project pan updates. It's just for me more than anything to hold myself accountable, because if I had no one like to check in with and like show you, hey, this is what I did, I probably would slack a lot more, I'm gonna be honest, or like use a bunch of other stuff and not really focus on like getting things completely done in my collection, because you know things expire and I don't want to waste my money. I want to use the things I have up. But you guys will now have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of my results? Are you doing a project pan? Are you trying to complete some makeup up in your collection? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy these kind of videos, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, a lot of new makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all the products linked. I'll have my project pan playlist linked if you want to see older ones that I have done and other like things that I finished up if you're just like into those kind of videos. And I will have the video of this makeup look linked with the Harvest of Souls palette from Fantasy Cosmetica and like everything that's on my skin. It's pretty much all these products that I showed you in this video today. And I will also have my contact and my social media platforms linked. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, for supporting my channel, being amazing. I just hope you guys are having a wonderful fall and spooky season so far, and just sending you guys all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.